Good morning, French students at Cal Poly. Okay, this is going to be a brief video that is going to walk you through how to register for MindTap, which is part of your French course. It's very easy to do. I am also going to hold some student office hours at a couple points later today that your instructor will give you more details on for those of you who have questions after this video. At any rate, your instructor is going to give you a URL. The URL, when plugged into your browser, is going to bring you to this page here. For those of you who have an account with Cengage or you've used any of these products before, bought an ebook from us, anything like that, you'll already have an account here. You can put your email address and password right in there, which will log you in. For those of you who don't, you'll click create an account and you'll just follow these prompts really quickly to create a new account. Once you've completed all the required fields, you'll just make sure that these are checkmarked here, or at least this top one. If you don't want to receive any information on course materials, you can uncheck that. And you'll click create an account. Okay, the next page is unlocking now the free trial. So everyone has 2 weeks to get into MindTap for this course for free without having to do anything. So you are able to get started with the homework and the ebook and the other resources right away. This is actually unlocking 2 weeks of Cengage Unlimited, which is our subscription program. I'm going to try to explain some of it when I walk through here, but if you do have questions about it or whether or not your other courses would be a good match or a good fit for this, please send me an email and I'll give you more details. But at any rate, we find our book right here, so we know that's the correct book. Our instructor in the school, so you want to make sure all that this is correct. Although if you follow that URL, you'll have no issue at all. And you're going to say Explore Cengage Unlimited, and that's where you're going to access the course. Okay, now this is what my Cengage Unlimited homepage will look like. And again, I am in a trial period. So I have trial access, which you see right here. Cengage Unlimited is actually access to 22,000 of Cengage's ebooks and courses. So if you have other courses using Cengage, those as you add them or register for those would populate to this page right here. Moreover, you can also, like I said, add any of our ebooks. So we have ebooks on motorcycle repair, gardening, cooking, all kinds of ebooks that you can use for hobbies or other courses. So if you find that you need maybe more robust economics information, you could find our other economics authors, and we have study tools. So there's additional study tools for French, including any other study course that you are using. On the right side of the page, the left side of the page, I have my home tab, which will bring me right to this one here. I'm able to browse the Cengage Unlimited catalog. We do have offers that are Chegg and whatnot that are working with other, where we work with other third parties in addition to Cengage Unlimited. Print options, if you do go with a subscription, which is going to populate the pricing on the next page, if you go with that subscription, you have print options and rental options for $7.99 for each course you enroll into. So if you do like that. And we have a college and career center. Right here, we see that our Cengage Unlimited access ends in 13 days. So there's several points of access for the course as we go. All will be accessed through the Subscribe Now tab. So if I click on my Subscribe Now tab, I can do the $119.99, and that is all inclusive of Cengage Unlimited. And again, if you have other courses using Cengage and you're unsure, send me an email and I'll let you know what the best route is for you. This code is also available through the student bookstore at the same price. But if you want to do that, it's 4 months or essentially a semester. It won't end sooner than the semester. Add to cart and be all set. If you have an access code from the bookstore, so the bookstore does sell the book with the access code attached to it, you would say register the access code right here, plug that in, and you'll be all done. Or you can do MindTap on its own for $100, and that's for 4 semesters. So it is good for the second class. It is good if you needed to repeat. It's good for getting into the course afterward and studying for 4 semesters. I can add that to my cart right here. That's also available in the bookstore in this format. So those are the options purchase for this. Expensive. If you want a hard copy, that's here as well. But those are the least expensive options for you. If I go back to my home now, again, I can get into my trial access right here, which I'm going to show you in just a second. One thing to note, though, is if you go for the MindTap on its own or you enter an access code from the bookstore, this trial access will turn green and it'll say course purchased, but you will still have the Cengage trial here because essentially you're in the unlimited and you have the chance to upgrade for 13 days. So as long as this is green, you're going to be fine. You get into the course with no issue. If you still see this, it just gives you the opportunity to upgrade to the unlimited package if you decide that you want that or you see that you have more Cengage classes. Now I'm going to go into my course. I can do that just through my view. I want to make sure my pop-up blocker's off. Right now I'm using I'm using Edge. Google Chrome is good. Firefox is good as well. But again, pop-up blocker, make sure that's off. It's just going to take a second to load the first time. Okay, so the first time I'm going to have this little book cover so I can tell exactly that this is, again, the right course. I'm going to click out of that. And then it's going to offer me a tour. So you can go through the tour if you want to, but I'm essentially going to kind of walk through what the tour would do anyway. Any planned outages or upgrades will all populate right here. We do those in the middle of the night so that you are not disturbed by any of our vaccine work. So those will populate right there. I can always click these out here, get rid of those. So this is organized in this format here. We have our learning path here, which I'll go through in just a second. We have an at-a-glance gradebook where as you begin to take activities, those activities will populate to this here where you can click on the activity and actually see be pulled right back into it. And I'll show you that in a second when I go through one of the activities for you. We have a full grade book that's opened right here or down here on the right side of the page, the Progress app. Through the full grade book, you will be able to view how much time you've spent in the course, your engagement level compared to the rest of your classmates, how many logins you've had, etc. That is information that your instructor has as well. On the right side of the page, we have MindTap apps. We have a My Notes tab. So if you use Evernote, those will flow into Evernote, an RSS feed tab, a glossary, a school portfolio that you can begin to build if you have any need for that. You have access to this for free after the course is over, as long as you're at Cal Poly or as long as you're a college student. You have the full ebook right here. So there's two places to find the ebook. One of them is right here, and I'll show you the other one in just a second. If I click in my ebook, sometimes ebooks are formatted a little bit differently than a hard copy. So if I need to search by a page number and I'm not finding the page number, I can go to this search tab right here and search by any page number and it will populate. 100, let's go. Search. I think my internet is slow this morning. Okay, and then I can go directly to the page number once I'm in the ebook. So that's the ebook on the right side of the page. We do have a Microsoft OneDrive link, a Google Drive. If you use those, it'll just click you right into those. We have flashcards where you'll find all of the key terms for each chapter. You have the ability to flip flashcards, print the flashcards. You can create new cards out of those flashcards. So we can flip them. We can change chapters right here, create new cards, shuffle the deck, hide cards, and restore the cards and print them via this portal right there. So I'm going to click out of those, and now I'm going to show you what the learning path looks like. Okay, so we have the learning path here, and then we have the calendar view. Both are functional the same way, except when you're in the calendar view, you'll be able to see what is due and upcoming in any given week. So we have some activities that will be due in this week, so we can link right into the activities this way. If you're in the learning path view, we're able to see now the incomplete chapter list. Although you're seeing here 133 activities for chapter 1, they're small activities. So the way we do this is we have parsed learning out into 5 groups. So we have a ready activity. The ready activities are worth very low stakes, so 1 point. There'll be unlimited attempts, and this one shows you the estimated time is 3 minutes to complete. I want to expand some of these here so you can see more. So we have ready, learn it. Again, learn it's going to be low stakes. Practice it, use it, got it. So we have kind of a progression of learning, and the more you work down that 5 points ladder, the more stakes, the higher the stakes are. 30 points here, they might be worth 20 points. Again, they might have limited attempts, and these might take a little bit longer. But the reason you see 133 is because most of these will be 3 minutes, 1 minute, 5 minutes, and doesn't take long at all. If I click into a ready, for example, the ready is going to be that very low stakes activity. So it's going to give us just a small chunk of something to get started with in the chapter. I have my instructions here, and I'll say got it. So I have my prompt on the left side of the page here, and then I say try it. Now on the right side, again, I have unlimited chances and credit only, because the idea is that we want to learn this, not just breeze through it to get it right or wrong. I have to get everything correct in order to be able to submit. So if I don't have everything correct, I will not be able to submit the assignment. But again, we're learning, we're trying to move on. See, I can't submit. We're trying to move on just to gather the information so we can go to the next chunk of information. So small pieces, I can review it or I can close it. I can always go back and review those items as well. So that is kind of that quick first first chance at any given activity. So it's going to give me those little pieces. It turns green when I'm done. I can see my activity right here as well. I can click back into it. The Learn It activity then will be just one kind of step more. So again, we're going to have unlimited chances at the Learn It. We have it over here. A lot of these might be geography, or I might click a listening one, and then I can try it here, same procedure. Now the next one then would be practice it, and practice it is going to be a bulk of what you're going to find within the learning path. You scroll down a little bit. If I go to practice it now, again, these are worth a little bit more now, 4 points rather than 1 point. And rather than having the prompt on the left side of the page, I do have the ability to review those readies and practice it if I need to. But the idea is now I'm going to go practice what I've learned in these without the aid. So some of these might be a tap or drop. Some of them might be a drag and drop. I only have 3 attempts for 4 points. Once I'm done, I click submit. I'm able to submit whether I'm correct or incorrect now. So the stakes are a little bit higher. I can submit. Yes, submit now. It's going to give me my incorrect, but it's not going to give me the correct answers. I need to go back and do it, but I can always go back and review those other pieces that would help me get to that. If I'm in progress and I haven't completed something all the way, this tab on the left side will turn blue. So those are both blue. So I can quickly go through here, see what's green, see what's blue if I'm needing to make sure I'm completing everything. I can always collapse because, again, there's a lot of activities. So as I'm opening things, I can always collapse and go back easily. So that's the way the learning path works. Again, very, very simple, very user-friendly. But I wanted to show you the other place where the ebook is, and that's down here on the bottom of the page. If I expand the ebook, I can find it by chapter here. So 2 places for the ebook. That one is over here on the right side, and the other is right down here below all of the chapter activities. Collapse one more time. If you have any issues that might be technical support related issues with the course, the best thing you're going to want to do is go up to here where the help menu is. Click on the help menu, click on a support tab in the help center. You can always do that quick tour again, help center, and begin a ticket via this route, because our tech support is able to capture your account name, what school you're at, what product you're in, etc., without having to sit on the phone and explain all those things to them. You get a case number and you can follow up via the case number. So that covers it for my tour of MindTap and the registration process. If you have any questions, once again, your instructor has my email address. Feel free to email me or join the student office hours later today. I'm going to hold 2 of those, and she will have the Zoom information meeting for those as well. If you're interested, I'm just going to be in my office and here to answer any questions or walk you through your own registration process if you'd like. Have a great semester.